Hi everyone. I've been working on the cutest little journal and I wanted to share it with you. It's got beautiful spring colors, and it just, I don't know, it just speaks to me for this time of year especially. It's covered in fabric. This is a napkin, and this is fabric back here, and there's also a napkin on the back. And it's been stitched around, the napkin's been stitched around all the way around the edge, just a little zigzag stitch. And it's got a fabric lining on the inside, and just some really fun pages to create on. And I just wanted to share this with you so you guys could see what I've been playing around with. So I loved it so much, I made some kits because it's just too fun and I want you guys to have this fun. Okay, so here's what the kit looks like. Get it out of this little bag. Okay, so first of all, let me tell you that I'm going to set some of this aside for a second. There are going to be two options for the fabric to use on the cover. So there will be this teal one. This is the lighter one, and that one is the one that I had intended for use on the inside, but of course you can use it whichever way you'd like. But each of the kits will definitely come with this lighter colored corally peachy color. And then you have the choice on the kits of the teal kit with the napkin, and also I have a coral kit with the napkin, which is also very beautiful. I was really torn between which one I wanted to make for myself, but you guys know how I am about teal. So I chose the teal for me, but I absolutely do love this for the cover, and the inside looks so beautiful with it as well. So anyway, in the Etsy listing, you'll see a drop-down box, and you can choose which color journal you would like. So I wanted to point that out. So there's inside fabric and there's outside fabric. Move this over a little bit. There we go. Okay, and there is a napkin with two panels. Okay, so you will cut this apart so that you'll have one for the front and one for the back. I am going to be giving you some instructions on how I created mine so that you can follow along with that if you want to, or get just a general idea and then run with it and do whatever you want to do. Okay, but I wanted you to be able to see how I had done mine. So what I did was I took, I started with a base of a piece of white cardstock, and I had creased it in the middle, and then I came back later and I added extra creases that you can use or not. It just depends on whether you want to or not. I wanted mine to have a little bit more of a rounded sort of a spine there, so that it would hold the pages and all the stuff that goes in there a little bit better. So if you fold it on all three of the creases, you'll get that kind of rounded feel for your book. So just to let you know that. There are two pieces of cardstock. They're exactly the same size, and those are going to be the ones that you cover in the fabric to go on the inside of your book, right here. Okay, I'm probably a little bit too close. All right, let's try that. So when you cover these with the lighter fabric, they will fit right inside. Both of them will fit right inside. Okay, so there's two of those. And then there are papers that I have in my book, and you can use these or not. You can choose your own papers, put whatever you want in your book, but that's what the stack of pages that are folded, that's what those are. Then I've included for decoration this piece of tissue paper that's got all these adorable trucks full of flowers. Isn't that so sweet? And it matches the journal so nicely. I was just really pleased with that. So I thought these would be really cute on tags or on pages. Just, it would be adorable. Use them any way you want. I haven't even decided for sure how I'm going to use mine. But I think it's going to be fun regardless. There's an additional napkin in here, and it's got this really sweet floral pattern. It actually goes all the way across the edges. I mean, it's not like a repeated thing. It's got a full panel of flowers, and then there's one on the opposite side. So use that as you see fit. I thought it would just be sweet in this floral, springy little journal. There's some other goodies in here just for fun and playing. Okay, there's a little offcut of one of the pages I thought you might be able to use because, you know, we use little things like that. We use them on tags and journaling cards and page edges and things like that. So I just thought I would include that for you so you could use it. There's some little small journaling cards, some little notepad papers, some index cards, one with a grid and one with the lines going in the vertical with the card turned vertically. I thought that was interesting. And another little card that will be fun as journaling or whatever you want to use it for. Then this is a little piece that goes with the cover. It covers the spine, and I will tell you about that in the instructions. There's some fun little tickets. I'm going to put this over here so you guys can see how well all of these things blend. I think that's so sweet. They are just so perfect to blend with this book. Love it. Then there's some little stickers. Lots of little laces and trims. I love this one with the little floral pattern on it. So sweet. Okay, here's a piece of lace. Then there's a handful of yarn, which you can do whatever you'd like with. A little bit more trim, some flowers, some leafy trim, and this pretty little pink little rosettes with the tulle on it. I think that's so darling. Okay, and then there's a little packet with a wooden flower and hummingbird charm and a flower charm, bulb pin, and a couple of teeny tiny buttons. So I think there's a lot here to have a lot of fun with. And so I wanted to make sure you saw all of the things that were included. I will be doing a separate video to show the tutorial on how I put this together. So make sure you look for that. It'll be going up more than likely right after this one. And that way you won't miss how to put this together. Now I want to show you a few other new items that I have in my Etsy store. They're just some fun little packs of fabrics and paper items and things to alter, like tags and little envelopes, and just fun bits and pieces that are so fun to use and to have on hand when you need them. So they're little variety packs is what they are. So I'm going to show you what those are now. This is a fun little pack of floral scraps. I really love these. They're so fun for slow stitching. You can use them to make little patchworks. You can machine stitch or hand stitch. You can use them in your junk journals. To me, it's fun having a variety of little scrap pieces. And so these are also included in the kit. There's some, they're actually all dotted. It's a very small dot. Okay, on each one, on each color. Tiny little dots, love it. And these are roughly the same size. Maybe a tad larger on these. I love these. I love these. And then I absolutely love these because y'all know how I love my teal, right? Now these are smaller, but they're so gorgeous, and you can do a lot of fun things with these as well. I really like the idea of having these available. It just, I don't know, it just helps you to have a starting place, you know. So I wanted to show you, I've been playing with these because I couldn't resist. So I've been playing, and I've got a couple of little things put together here. The first thing is I did a little altered paper clip, And so all I did was I took little strips like, let me grab it here. This particular one was a little strip like this, so about 1.5 inches wide. And I just wrapped it around this paper clip with black and white, which is perfect with the black fabric. And I just tucked it in between where the pieces of the paper clip kind of meet. I just kind of slid it up in there, and I put a tiny little bit of hot glue on it, and then I just wrapped the fabric around just a couple of times to cover the paper clip. And then I put another little bit of hot glue on there and tacked it down. It was done. And then I went literally to my scrap bin that I have all types of ribbon and thread and yarn type pieces. And I grabbed this piece of pink yarn right here, and I wrapped that around a few times and tied it. And then I put on this dark pink, and you know what this is, guys? You won't believe it. I don't know if you can even tell what that is, but that pink piece is a piece of shelf liner. It was totally sitting in my scrap box where I had trimmed it off. I was using a piece of it, you know, and I had trimmed off just this tiny little piece. I guess it was about 1/8 of an inch wide. And so I put some hot glue down, wrapped that around, and put hot glue again and attached it. And it looks so cool there with the pinks that are on the fabric here. I love it. Then I took a piece of gold thread. It's kind of that kind of thing like you have on Christmas gift tags. You know, a lot of times your tags come with a little string on them, and that's kind of what this is. It's metallic, and I thought that looked really sweet. And then this was a piece of, you know, a long piece of lace, and so I just cut one little flower off of it and attached that on there. And I added a little bead at the bottom, which dangles from the bottom of the clip. And that was just in my box that I have a lot of broken jewelry pieces. And I love being able to just use up scraps and little bits. So I thought what I would do with this one is, you remember when I had these crinkle journals that I had made? I put a black bulb pin on this one at the top, and I thought I'm going to attach that right on the knot of my bow on my journal and secure that right there. And I think that'll be so cute dangling there with the bow. Isn't that adorable? Especially with all the colors kind of blending because of the pinks and all that are in here. So I just love that. I'm tickled to death with it. So if you guys want me to do a video showing how I put something like that together, just let me know in the comments, and hopefully I can get to that, just showing how I created it. All right, I took another piece. This brown piece is what I started with, and this was cut off of a Amazon package when I was opening a package one day. That's all this is. So I just ripped a piece of that off, and then I took a piece of the maroon or red colored, this, I think I had cut that, yes, I cut it in half. Okay, and so this is the length of these pieces, which is, I think they were about 5 inches. So I cut that in half, so I had a little 5-inch piece about 3/4 of an inch wide. And so I just went to my sewing machine and I stitched it down, and I pushed it up to ruffle it under as I sewed. So you can see how it's ruffly, and it's really sweet, and it's fraying. I love that. It just looks so, it looks so cute to me. I think it looks charming when it's got the little strings hanging off. And then it looked like it needed one more piece, so I took a piece of lace that I had, and I just snipped off a piece and stitched that right on top of where I had stitched before. And I think that's adorable. So then I made this one, which I really love because I used these teal ones. So I just took 3 pieces, cut it into about 1 inch wide strip, and folded it over the little paper clip. And what I actually did was I kind of pulled this open a little bit like that. And then I was able to lay the strips, kind of slide the clip up into the folded strips, and then slide them around the curve until they came down on this side that's all one length, so that it has a place to sit basically. And then I just took this and kind of pushed it back down into place, to push it back here a little bit. There we go. And then once I had the little strips folded over the clip, I just took a little pin and put it in so that it is attached to all three pieces, so nothing's going to come loose. I'm tugging on these and nothing's going to come loose. So all I did was put the strips on the clip and put a pin in it. And then I added a little piece that I made. This was just a little scrap piece of cardstock that I added this piece of ribbon to. It just says Forever. It was printed on there like that when I bought it years ago. And I attached a little tiny bow that I once again found in my little box of scraps. I picked up all the scraps and looked at all the tiny bits in the bottom, and this little bow was laying there. So I was like, that's perfect. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to attach these two pieces in my Joyful Junk Journal also. Before I do that, let me show you this real quick. Let me move these out of the way. These items are also in the little kit of all these fabric bits. They're so much fun to play with. Okay, so there's several pieces of lace, a white and a teal, and then this pretty soft yellow one that's got a little strip of printed floral ribbon in the middle. I just love it. So you get a nice long piece of that. And here's a piece of lace that's a leafy shape. So you can cut this out, trim it out any way you want to. I just snipped it apart, so of course there's little bits and pieces that are sticking out that you might want to trim away. There's a skein of pink embroidery floss if you choose to use that to do some slow stitching. Here's a little bag full of beads and fun tiny bits. This is that same little green pin that I clipped onto my paper clip there a minute ago. A couple of little floral charms in here, and lots of beads, fun beads to play with. Okay, and then also two of the big safety pins. You know how we like to play with the safety pins. I've shown you that before, and I actually made something with a safety pin using these fabrics. So I want to show you what I've already put in my journal with using these fabrics, and I want to show you what I'm going to attach in there now. These little ones that I've already made. All right, let me grab this book. It's pretty heavy. Oh, and I also decorated the front of my journal, guys. I put a doily and this little embroidered applique and just stuck it right on top, and I just love it so much. I loved how this bird applique matched so beautifully to my journal. I'm tickled to death with that. Okay, so that's that. Now I've marked a couple of pages here. This is the one, hang on, where I've already added the little piece. It must be this one. Yes, here we go. All right, now this is just a little tag. First of all, this is product packaging, you guys. This is why we don't throw away our product packaging. This is a backing from some rub-ons that I've had for years from Christy Tomlinson. And that is perfect. It just makes a perfect tag. This is her art on this side, and it just makes a perfect tag. It's plenty of room for writing. I just love this. And so I'm just sliding it underneath the belly band that was already here. And then you see this little embellishment right here. I made this with the strips from this kit. So I just tied on, did a slip knot over the pin, the part that doesn't open, and clipped it to my little belly band, and I love that. It's just so fun. All right, so I can take that away now. All right, now here's what I'm going to be adding today. I just picked a page. I kind of flipped through here and thought, what's a good page to use this little ruffle on? And I think this one is a perfect place. I'm going to attach it right to the edge of this page here. And then it's going to just pull in all these pinks and things, the darker pinks from over here, because that needed something. It was kind of plain. It hasn't, I haven't finished creating everything or putting everything in here that I want to. So that's why, some of them are still a little empty, but I think that's adorable there. There we go. So I just want to put a little bit of glue on there, and I think I'm going to stay close to this edge so that I can leave the other edge open. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. All right, so just want a little bit of glue on there. And then I'm going to attach it, I think right about here, like that. And then what I was talking about where I put the glue is so that if I want to attach something else, let me find something I can slide up underneath there to show you. Okay, here's a little piece of paper. So if I put something on this page, this is not in the way because I'll be able to still slide up under there if I need to. And that way I just glue it on that edge and leave that open. But I think that looks amazing. I love it. And I'm going to make more of those because this fabric kit is just so much fun. Okay, now this page is where I'm going to use the other thing. Y'all probably remember seeing this one. This was my little coffee page I put together. And so with this little teal clip, I'm thinking that is going to be adorable right here. Oh my gosh, it just makes the page. I mean, it looks finished now, and I love how it looks. So I'm going to clip it on there. So it will slide right on, but you have to be careful when you slide. So I'm going to just kind of put it on here. Let me move it over here. I'm going to put it on here, and then I'm just going to lift the fabric up to make sure that everything stays where it's supposed to be and doesn't move. There we go. So it just slides right up on there like that. I just love that. It just makes me so happy to make these little tiny things that take no time at all, and yet they make such a big difference on a page. That to me looks amazing. That's what I love about making journals like this, is because I can come back and add little bits and pieces anytime, just like this one. I made this page quite a while back, and now here I'm adding another bit to it that's totally making the page. I just love it. I'm so excited. So anyway, guys, this little kit is going to be in my Etsy shop. It's called I believe it's called a Fabric Fun Pack. Okay, so the next item I have that's new is a little basic junk journaling type kit that has tags and envelopes and fun things like that in it to alter and do whatever you want to in your journal. I've also included in each one a little bird tag that I put together, the little sticker and an eyelet on a piece of cardstock, and you know, you can ink around the edges and make it really stand out, but I wanted to leave that for you guys so that you have the opportunity of doing whatever color you want to do, or inking or not, or whatever you like. So each one will have a different bird, each kit, and so there's, like I said, little tiny tags, little tiny craft coin envelopes, little white coin envelopes, little manila tags, and some manila file folders that are very sweet. Now some of these I wanted to point out, they've got some little, you may not be able to see it in the video, but they've got some little marks on them on the inside, and that's from the die cutting plate. So it's just leaving kind of an indentation of where other things have been cut out. So you'll notice some little marks on it, but oops, but just, you know, ignore those or embrace them, whichever way whichever way you'd like. I just think that it's funny that it makes such a cool pattern, and it wasn't even intentional. So that's what that's about, in case you're wondering. Then there's some larger white shipping tags, and then there's a whole stack of beautifully colored envelopes that are just a little bit bigger than the coin envelopes, which are smaller. So you see the size difference here. But I think they're just fun to be able to add as pockets. Like you could turn this over and, you know, attach it to a page. You've got a little pocket. You can attach it on the side. You can do whatever you want. You can take these and fold them in half and make tiny journals out of them, honestly. So there's a whole lot you can do with these fun little colorful bits. And then this one I laid aside because I wanted to show you how cute these are. They're little Polaroid die cuts. Aren't they cute? I especially love this little one because, you know, I love all the miniature things, but I think these are really fun, and they'll be so cute with a photo behind them or a magazine image or a sticker, you know, whatever you want to do to make yourself cute little Polaroids to put in your journals. I also have another little pack of fun bits. This has got some cute little items to alter. This is a large size playing card. I have an index card, and I have a manila tag. I have a regular size playing card. And this is a really cool ticket, and it's actually two hooked together. They were sold as place cards for the table, but easily can be cut apart, so there are two. So that would be fun to alter. So all of these are nice little items to alter. And then I've included a bunch of little offcuts and things that I thought you guys might enjoy using to alter some things. It doesn't have to be these things. You can just use them for whatever you want. But this is a little offcut from a coloring book. These two are little offcuts from like a ledger sheet. They're long. They're actually folded in half to fit the bag, but they're long. So there's a lot. I mean, stuff like this is fun to tear little bits off and stick to other things, you know. All right. Then we've also got just some little strips that I thought you might enjoy. I'm overrun with scraps and strips and things, so I'm trying to, you know, share the wealth. So there's a little floral piece. There's a couple of grid papers and a couple of just little pieces from security envelopes. So I thought all of those would be fun to use. There's also a piece of fabric. I think it's a 4x4, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's about a 4x4. And the fabric piece will vary in each kit. So if you don't see this particular piece of fabric, it will be a different one. And then I've also included a few sheets of some gift wraps that I absolutely love, and I thought you would love them too. So that's this little kit, and I'm just calling this one my scrap and stash pack. Okay, so the last item that I have are some handmade embellishments that I've put together. These are unwrapped, and that way I can show you. But I've got a couple of dangles. This first one is a little tiny button bead and charm, little heart charm, and they're dangling from a bulb pin that you can just pin to whatever you want in your journal. I think these are so cute, and I love the fact that they're colorful and add a little bit of just whimsy, cute. Okay, the other little dangle has got another bulb pin and a button, and then just some strips of some of my leftover stuff, the stuff that I've been telling you about, the strips and the offcuts. There's painted papers and, you know, just things like music paper. This one on the back of this one is gift wrap. So it was just a little cluster of those strips that can dangle from anywhere in your journal. All right, this next one is a piece of twill ribbon, and it folds in half like this, and I've attached a couple of little cardstock leaves and a little pink button, flower button. I thought that was so sweet. And then on the other side, I hand stamped one of my hand carved stamps there, my little flower, and I put that on the other side. And so this is intended to be a page tab, so you would just put glue on both sides of this little piece of folded twill and then just glue that to the edge of a page. So for instance, it would go on like this, and then you just glue it there. You can staple it. You wouldn't be able to sew this one on the machine because the button's in the way, but you could hand stitch if you wanted to, and have a little tab on the side of your page in your journal. I think it's so fun. So it's just a fun little handmade off-the-cuff thing. I thought I could do something with this twill ribbon I have, so I started playing. So that's what that one is. And then this one is a handmade tag. So I stamped it on the background and added a little piece of book text and added a sticker on top of that. And then this piece right here is offcuts from when I was making my small fabric paper books. Those were left over and I thought they're just too pretty and colorful to throw away. So those I attached there on the side. Then I added a little piece of lace. You can see that along the edge here. And then I sewed around the whole thing on the sewing machine. So I left off like a word. I figured I could leave that for you guys. You may have a specific word you want on a specific page, and I thought a word would look really cute on here. Not that you have to do that, but it's just an option. So I just wanted to be able to show you these individually. So each one of these kits are completely different. They all have their own papers, their own stickers, their own everything. The only thing that is exactly the same is the twill piece here. That's going to be identical, but everything else will have different colored beads, different colored buttons, different colored papers and stickers and so forth. So that's what these are. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I have all of these items in my store right now. It was fun to be able to put in some new stock. I haven't really updated my store in a while. I mean, I've put in things, you know, one at a time things, but I hadn't really, you know, updated the inventory. So this time we've got a bunch of new things and just fun things to play with. And I especially love the journal kit. Here you can see it with the coral, and this would be the one with the teal. So anyway, guys, check out my Etsy store if you're interested in any of these items. I will have a link at the end of the video in the little iCard, and then also it will be in the description of the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I appreciate your support and I appreciate you watching, and we will see you again soon in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.